That is the nature of God, and you cannot take it from Him. Well, I think if you don't understand, this message should heal you. Now, let's enjoy it.
You notice, he cannot claim a complete manuscript. He cannot claim because there is no complete manuscript. He wants to take it back to the 1st century AH. What he's not telling you is that almost every one of these manuscripts are from the 8th and 9th century. What we're looking at today are the earliest manuscripts. There is nothing earlier than the Pentapolindis. There is nothing earlier than the Topkapi. There is nothing earlier than the Sana manuscript. When you look at those manuscripts, how many variants do we have? Go ahead, Monsoon. Give us the number that Dan has found. We've been asking now for 1/2 hour.
I want to unpack what just happened there. Nonetheless, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to find out. I wanted to see what he was referring to, because he did come up with any manuscript. He did not dare use the Topkapi or the Samarkand, the Maya, or the Hussein.
Which you would expect him to go to.
You would expect him to go to the earliest that we do have, because none of them are complete, and none of them are exactly like the Quran we have today.
Right.
The Topkapi, which is the best, has 2,270
That's what I was
variants.
thinking originally. He's thinking about the Topkapi. I mean,
That's the one they usually, but that's from the mid-8th century. That's
right.
over 100 years after Muhammad.
Exactly.
And that has over 2,270 or 2,270 variants from the Quran we have today.
So what is he talking about?
So what is he talking about? Well, we wanted to go back. So I had my team in London go back and research. What did he mean by this 97%? You want to see what he found out? Look and see what he found out. 3 different categories. I said, first of all, do you have one from the time of Uthman, 652? No, he didn't have any there. Do you have one from the 7th century? I gave him the 7th century. He still didn't have any there. He didn't have any manuscript. This is a cumulative surahs tabulated before 719, before the end of the 1st century AH. Notice, on the Islamic Awareness website, it was 96% they have been able to find. Oh, so that's exciting. 96% of the Quran, they open it from a manuscript that is 96% complete, 114 surahs. That's what I was thinking until I turned the page. When you go to the next page, this is what you find. There's not one manuscript. There are 63 fragments.
So he's taking a piece of a puzzle, putting it together, and saying you have a complete Quran. Is that what he's doing?
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
See what I'm pointing to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down. This is what he's talking about. And they've got it. This is from the Islamic Awareness website. I'm not making this up. When I saw this, I had to laugh. There is no manuscript. It's a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit over here. They're just picking, choosing little over there. They're taking, look at some of these aren't just a few ayahs long. They're just little fragments about this size.
Besides, did he account for the other variants and differences that are there?
You're jumping the gun again. You always like to jump the gun. I don't care about that right now. I want to see what are these. Because notice this one here, that's the 2165. That is the best they've got. That's the Ma'il. That's the one in the British Library. That's the top one. It's about 50% of the Quran, right?
Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah.
These, they're claiming, all these 63 fragments, they're claimed before 719.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted my team to see if this is correct. I had no idea. There's no one manuscript. And this one is well, hold on. We're going to get to that. Where and had they dated, and how did they date all of these before 719?
That's another question I was going to ask. What is the dating
Well,
of
that's
all
the
of
major
these?
question.
Yeah.
Really, if he's going to claim that they're in the 1st century, that means they all have to come before 719, right?
At least, does that mean he has fragments that date to Uthman? Is that what he's trying to claim?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You want to see what we found?
What?
I had my team in London do this. They went through all of these, every one of these, all 63, to find out really where they're dated. Here's what they found. And this is the first time you're seeing this, so I want to see if you're surprised or not, okay? And any of those Muslims who are watching, this is the best that you've got. This is the Islamic Awareness website. This is Mansur Ahmad. This is what he was talking about on that letter. He was saying, we have it finally in the 1st century. 96%, Mr. Smith, you don't even have anything from the 1st century of your Bible. We can come up with 96%. Now, he said 97 and he even said 99 to begin with. You're right. He did bring it down. It's actually 96. Let's go through. Now, when you look at these 63, take a look at, let's go back, and I'm just going to follow the animation here. Watch this animation. Notice, those that I'm putting up there, those are in green. These are all tentatively dated. In other words, their scholars have not come to any agreement on those 20. Those are the green arrows there. So 20 of them are tentatively. They're not even, they shouldn't even use them because no one's come to any conclusion on them.
So nobody have dated them with
Certainty.
in a
No
conclusive
certainty.
way. Okay.
Now take a look at the next 9. Look at these 9. These 9 that I'm going to put up here in blue, all of them are after 719.
Okay.
They should not even be on the list. And notice which is the biggest one?
Top copy?
No, the Ma'il, 2165.
The
The biggest one they have, there's 50% of the Quran up here, is at the top of the list. They should not have these ones at all on the list because these all come after 719 that the scholars have dated. So that's a problem. Now let's look, we're still about half of them to go. So now let's look at this next one and take a look at all these here. Every one that you see going up in red there, all those red arrows, those no one's done any work on. So how in the world did they come up with these 34 all before 719? They have no study done on these. These are just ones that they needed to get to the 96%. They had to get to 96%. They just grabbed these all over the place so they could get up to the 96%, and they haven't dated any of them. And basically what he's saying, this is a lie. So let's review now. Let's go back to the screen again, and let's look at the animation. Let's go remember, of the 63 manuscripts, 20 of them that I'm putting up right now are tentatively dated with disagreements between scholars. That's the best they're going to get, those 20 there. That's the best they're going to get. But the best one amongst them only goes up to 22% of the Quran. It's not even a third of the Quran.
Right.
The next 9, they should never even put up there. There's the ones in the blue. And the ones I'm putting up right now, the red ones, those are 34. No one's even had done any work on them. So how did they even come to that conclusion? What that means, all of them are either later or tentatively dated, or no one even knows. So what you're saying, what you're basically saying here, sorry, before you get that, what we're saying here is that everything you're looking at, the 63 that he'd been claiming, there were 99% and there were 7%. When you look at that, almost all of them, except for 20 of them, he should not even used.
So the 20 are at least within that time frame, the 752.
But they're all 8th
652?
century. They are all between 705 and 719.
Now you must understand the concept